What's going on, YouTube? Hey, another day in the kitchen. On today's little episode here, I feel like I'm actually in the kitchen here. Hey, so for real though, we're getting ready to make some pickled jalapeño peppers out of all these. So, calls for 2 pounds of jalapeños. Sorry, I got text. See? Don texted me. But anyways, calls for 2 pounds of jalapeño peppers. It's a little over 2 pounds. We're actually already got some diced up. This is jalapeño peppers and bell peppers. I'm gonna kind of mix these together and we're gonna use it in the pickled jalapeño recipe I have. Just because last time I made this, everybody kind of complained because they said it was hot. They wanted it a little less hot, more of a mild or a medium instead of a hot. But stick around. We're going to do a little bit of jarring jalapeño peppers. Don't go too far. All right, so we got all the jars here. Just wanted to make sure I had enough lids to do what I needed to do. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that I have enough to do 6 jars. I'm kind of sure I will with this amount and this amount. And I also have all these banana peppers. So I'm gonna probably cut some of these up too to add to it. Just kind of make a little mixture of peppers on this pickled jalapeño pepper mix that I got. But what I want to do now, get a water bath going. I'm going to sterilize everything. Okay, so we're going to sterilize these. I got my boiling pot. This is an antique here. This is my great grandma's. My Nana gave it to me. So we're going to put some water in here. We're going to put it over here, get it boiling, and we're going to put these in it to sterilize. All right, so got the water boiling. Now I'm going to put these in. Okay, we'll let that boil and sterilize those, sterilize the glasses. Now we're gonna start chopping up the jalapeño peppers. I've already washed all these off. These can get a little hot. So we want to cut these up into like little 1/4-inch slices. And I'll get back to the video after I get them all done. There's no point in filming all of them. This could be a really long video if so. Okay, so made a pretty big bowl. I'm gonna dice up some of these too to put in with it. These are just banana peppers. All right, I'm gonna finish dicing these up. We'll get back with you. Just so y'all know, I have made these before. This is my last jar that I have, and they are fantastic. So don't think I'm just winging this. I've got a recipe I'm going off of, but I've made it before, and they are phenomenal. So my ingredients here calls for 2 1/4 cups of white distilled vinegar. I don't have any white distilled vinegar. I have cleaning vinegar, which is 20% stronger than distilled white vinegar. So what we're gonna do is where it calls for 2 1/4 cups of vinegar, we're gonna do 2 cups of vinegar and add 2 1/2 cups of water. Okay, so I changed my mind. I'm gonna do 1 3/4 cups of vinegar. This is 2 cups of water. Another 3/4 cups of water. And since I have my own honey, I'm gonna add honey instead of sugar. 2 tablespoons of honey. Okay, now that we've added the honey, we've added the vinegar, we've added the water, now we're going to heat this almost to a boil. Okay, I've already put everything in the jars, except for one. So, we got 1 full garlic clove in the jar. 1 bay leaf in the jar. I'll just read off everything else because I've got it already mixed here. So this has a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of whole black peppercorns, a quarter teaspoon of whole cumin seeds, a 1/4 teaspoon of coriander seeds, 1 bay leaf, 1 whole garlic clove, which you see me put those in. So now we're going to put that in. These are important. Okay, now we're going to mix these up. Now we're going to pack them in the jars. And the banana pepper is going to help it's going to give it a pretty color. Pack them in there, pack them in tight. Okay, so my recipe calls for 4 pints. I got the wide mouth jars. I've got enough peppers here, it looks like, to do 4 more, which I've got 2 of them made and ready to go. I only made enough to do 4 on the brine, so we'll have to make another mixture of it to finish, but we'll just finish this video out with just these 4, and I'll do the rest on my own. So let's add the brine. So you see it kind of pops up out of the top. I'm trying to press it down. You want to try to get all the air out that you can. We are doing the canned pickled peppers, so we're going to actually be cooking these for like 12 minutes. So we're just going to go ahead and put the lids on. Not too tight. We're just going to repeat the process with all 4 of these, trying to get all the air out and just put a lid on them. So I'm gonna finish filling these up. Once I get them all full and the lid's back on, we'll pick back up. I just finished adding the brine to these. You can just let them put the brine in and then close the lid and let these sit out for 3 days. Then refrigerate them for 3 days and then you can eat them. But they're only good for a few months that way. My directions say they're good for several months that way. But if you do what we're gonna do and you do a water bath, these are good for up to a year or longer, because that can that I did that last year, or maybe even the year before. We're still eating them. They're great. They're still good. So on to the next step. Okay, so what we want to do is we have the pot. It's going to cover the jars an inch. I'll show you whenever I get them in here. We fill it up with water. We're going to bring it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we're going to put the jars in and we're going to leave them in there for 12 minutes. They're just going to cook in that hot water, and then we're going to take them out and it's going to be delicious. And if you allow them to cure for like 4 to 6 weeks, they're going to be tasty. When you do it this way, they can be eaten in a few days. You can just take them out of the hot water and here in a couple days you can start eating them. But if you let them cure for like 4 to 6 weeks, that's when they're the best. So now we're gonna wait on our water to boil. Okay, so finally got everything done here. We're ready to put it in the water bath. So these come in handy. Now we're going to start a timer. 12 minutes, so 12 minutes. We'll let this count down, or count up to 12 minutes. So you want to make sure you have an inch over the top of your tallest jar of water. We're going to cook these for, I guess I already said that. So here in 12 minutes, we'll pull them out, let them cool off. We're ready. We're going to take these out. It says to leave them here for 12 hours undisturbed. So we're going out of town anyway for the evening. So when I get back home tomorrow, they'll be good to go. But like I said, you're supposed to wait 4 to 6 weeks before you go to eating them if you want them to have full flavor, which I like them to be just right. But that's all I got for you today on this video. Be sure to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. It's right down here, I think. Until next time, I'll see you on the next video. And Olivia says, see you on the next video.